I'm going to talk about strengths. What are our strengths? Sounds like an interview question, but finding out what our strengths are is something that's going to be really helpful for us. Not just now when we're going through such a challenging time, but at any time really, because if we use our strengths intently, they have the potential to do a lot for us. They can lead to increased well-being. You know by now that everything I talk about has the potential to do that. But they can also lead to other things like increased goal attainment. It might sound obvious, but it's easier to reach a goal if it somehow aligns with the strength that you have. And you know, it sounds obvious, but think of how many times you've focused and spent so much energy on trying to improve something that you're not good at. It's ingrained in us. Room for improvement. We do it all the time, and we waste so much time and energy on it. So when I talk about strengths, what do I mean? I think we all have a sense of what it means. It's something we're good at, right? But the definition that I like to use is this: a strength is something that you're good at, and that gives you energy when you do it or use it. And that last bit, is actually as important as the first bit. So we know then that using strengths can increase your well-being, and actually studies have shown that using your strengths in a new way, like applying your strengths in an area that you haven't tried before or in a way that you haven't done before, is key to that. And no better time than the present to use your strengths in a new way, right? In fact, I am sure that you're already doing that. It's probably what's getting us through some of this, if I'm honest. So you know, if you're using your organizational skills to, I don't know, organize your day at home, organize a neighborhood collection service, look after vulnerable people, you know, or maybe your strength is your ability to inspire others and bring them with you. If it is, I'm sure you're doing that right now. Maybe, you know, pep talks on the phone with people, sharing uplifting videos on WhatsApp, you know, it's things like that. But I kind of want to get back to the energy part, because as I mentioned, it is important. And so I use strengths finding a lot in my coaching practice because I find it so useful. And there are many different strengths tools out there. I personally use one called Strengths Profile. It's developed by CAP. And one of the reasons I really like it is because I find I can use the insights I get from it to make very practical decisions about what I want to do. And personally, it's helped me a lot in my own life, because there's one thing to just think about, you know, what we think we're good at, but if you use an actual assessment tools, it gives you answers that you mightn't have realized yourself. And this tool, because it measures both what you're good at and what gives you energy, you come to realize that they're not always the same thing. And there might be things, for example, that you are good at. You're known for being good at them, maybe. It might be something that you feel defines you as a person or, you know, as a professional. But if those things, instead of giving you energy, they actually deplete you of energy, they're no longer at this point of time very useful to you. They might become so again, but right now, because of circumstances or because you're overused them, this happens quite a lot. And I'd say right now it happens even more so. You might want to let them rest for a while, because they're gone now from being a strength to what's in the strength profile is called a learned behavior. You're still really good at it, but right now it's draining you. And you know, that might be your ability to inspire others or your organizational skills. You might just be tired from using them, you know. And I'm mentioning this because it's not always obvious to us. And it might be confusing why you're feeling drained after doing some of the stuff that you're maybe known for being good at. I do strengths assessments on myself. I wouldn't say regularly, because you know, it's not that dynamic. Your strengths overall are probably pretty stable, but you know, at intervals, just to see where I am with things and what it might benefit me to pursue at this point in time, or stop at this point in time. There's a lot more to strengths and the strengths profile than this, and I'm cramming a lot into a 5-minute video here. I could talk about this for a lot longer, probably should talk about it for a lot longer, but I mean, you can reach out to me for more information on strengths finding and the various tools and how I use them. But for now, maybe just take a moment, think about 3 things that you feel are your strengths. Think about how you use them right now. Think about how they make you feel. Think about whether, if they're still what drive you on, whether you can use them in a new way. And as always, be gentle with yourself. Take care.